I'm gonna play a little bit, and then I'm gonna eat. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning.
China's buying us piece by piece, and we're taking that money with goofy smiles on our faces because he's absolutely right. China's pretty much already 1984, and who's naive enough to believe they won't try that here when they're the majority shareholders in many of the largest entertainment companies in America? Christ, man, people just don't care about the future of our kids at all. It's already happening. It's not some dark, dystopic future. It's happening right now. Jesus, I need a coffee and a whiskey. So, you know... Anyway, I'm just letting you know it's out there. You know, I don't know what that means. I'm not saying you should no longer support Turtle Rock Games or what have you. I just think that I just think it's something worth talking about, something worth being aware of if you're not already aware, because it's really kind of fucking shitty. Married women,
what does one find in the store?
the reality is we should all be boycotting
In the store only? Oh shit, so all these OLED switches are in store only.
The surviving storm was no easy feat. It almost sounds like a dream.
the guy who basically went on like a chat room on the Chinese internet, which is totally censored, and was drunk. He was talking some smack about the police, and the police hauled him in, put him in a torture chair, and you should have seen this guy, terrified for his fucking life. I mean, a little different. It's a little different. Okay, let's move on. Spider-Man, though, by the way, says Katie Sullivan, we're not doing spoilers, we're not talking about it. I already know everything that happened, I haven't even seen it, but I'm happy to get those spoilers. Spider-Man is not releasing in China. Maybe Hollywood will go back to making less movies. Yeah, I don't know why that one. They didn't pick that one. I don't think they picked Charlie Sheen either, if that was because I think one of the actresses pissed them off or something. Okay, let's talk about another one. Gators, look. Gators, man, all the stories, I'm not, somebody accused me the other day or yesterday when I was talking about the creators, the white creator writing a black story or whatever. It's like, Jeff, you just picked that because it'll make people angry. I'm like, dude, I spent most of my day going through the news trying to find fun things for us to talk about and make this all come together. I don't know, like mouths do. A lot of this shit that I'm pulling out is people, yes, look at this one. So this came up if you were one of the was watching the and they showed the trailer for Star Wars Games. And I'm playing in the background without any audio, so no copyright. And, if you haven't seen it, it's fucking beautiful. It reminds me of, I want to say it might have been 1991. There's a Star Wars game that BioWare made, and I remember they both threw back to the 3 1 year, and it was a big TV, giant screen, and all the and some of this trailer, and this was before Force Awakens either, so all that we had as fans was shit about this movie. And suddenly we saw this amazing CG trailer that I've never seen, like somebody on the world created scenes from Star Wars. And there was like a huge battle and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, is this a movie? And no, it was a game, right? Well, this trailer, I think, has the same impact. You watch this and you go, wow, this looks really interesting, really well done.
You lost, so
Awesome fantasy Star Wars show. And then at the end of it, what they reveal is this is made Quantum Dream, which is
you captured Zone C.
I forget his name. So CR3 says, yeah, but why are people so mad? Quantum Dream is a fine
lost Zone C. You captured Zone A. You lost Zone A.
And it was basically a lot of people wanting to bring attention to the fact that Lucasfilm.
Yeah, there we go.
You captured Zone C.
This is bad. Star Wars Explained says David Cage has extreme disgustful behavior, especially towards women and queer people. Star Wars
It won't let me do it because
we will not be covering
I have some fucking controller issues.
this guy's.
Shit.
If you're not familiar with Blackout Star Wars Eclipse hashtag, get familiar. As far as most people understand what the Star Wars is, unless they like the Star Wars movies, right? That's what it is. I don't know if I have the stuff. It's just like,
You lost Zone C. You captured Zone C. You lost Zone C.
In the course of the basically said one of these magazines, I think they were one of the magazines they were like, no, this was not live. Shenanigans, don't care. I'm sorry, sir. You're just simply fucking wrong. If what the fuck?
You captured Zone A.
Damn it. Alright, he's almost dead.
You lost Zone A.
This is a company that the courts have said is doing, is insulting employees, insulting women, insulting the gay folks over there, crunching the employees, and the court is like, yeah, we have evidence of that. The only reason they want to orders. What the fuck is wrong with that? I mean, I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to call you out because whatever, what the fuck, Jeff. I'm trying to call you out because I really want to understand what is that?
Your team is breaking.
Especially people like me.
Your team rallied.
John Ford. How is that wrong? Kudan says he thinks talking against abusive humans is wrong. I don't get that. Simon says we're weird. We've known this about Cage for years.
You captured Zone A. is breaking. Your team rallied. Your team is breaking. Your team rallied. Enemy team is breaking.
There he goes.
Team is breaking. Enemy rallied.
I've never seen that one before. That's brand new.
Enemy team is breaking.
Yeah, he fucked.
Maybe that'll happen, maybe that won't. But how are they doing that where Ubisoft literally has aliens in court cases in France where they are saying Ubisoft hasn't I don't understand that.
You lost Zone A.
He says, accused, Jeffy, accused. You know how many of these charges are making the workplace out of spite? I'm sure there are some. There may be a lot.
You captured Zone C.
What I said about Jeff Keighley and Activision, which I said I wouldn't mention Activision. I know some people think we should, and I'm like, until they have been found guilty, they're innocent. And I don't like that.
Damn it. He's lucky.
Star Wars and won't be against it as the Quantum Dream. Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think that is? Danny Sullivan says, come back, Danny Sullivan, he says, New South Park was making fun of NFTs. We're going to get into NFTs in just a little bit. We're trying to get to the last of the show. We'll get to it later. Alan says the reason is because there's hate for Quantum Dream because of all the slander and stuff.
Oh, hold on a second, guys.
Ubisoft, there is actual proof that nobody cares. Yeah, but first off, again, Alan.
Oh, I gotta check that out later.
I've read both sides of it. I'm telling you. I mean, unless the court
Let's go that
lying,
one.
and the reporting about what the court said is lying, they're saying what was written about Quantum Dream is not libel, which means it's accurate, right? For the most part.
What the hell?
Okay, so maybe like 2 months ago, I made a video saying that I did not think that fans actually wanted a musical episode. I have reason for saying that, and I stand by it. But like 2 days after I made that video, the rumor came out, the leak I suppose, that Ubisoft is working on a Youth Renaissance game. today, or yesterday, they actually released a developer presentation. Splinter Cell Remake stepping out of the shadows. I'm very excited to watch this. The news breakdown, which I have already gleaned from it being all over my Twitter timeline, is that this is a Splinter Cell remake. It says it in the headline as well. Which I'm much more on board with. Very curious to see how they tackle this. What I had said previously
problem
was
with
that
people
I don't
is they
think
don't
with
understand
the way that Ubisoft
that
currently makes games,
things
that they
can
would
change in the
even
right
really be
direction
able
rather
to make
than
the
the
kind of
toxic
Splinter Cell that Splinter Cell
thoughts
fans.
about
My argument is that I think that they
a
would make
company
something
and
open
the way
world.
they're doing things.
They would make something multiplayer. They would make something that is more in
Because
line
that's
with
kind of what
every
it
other
is.
game
You
that
can
they
call it
make,
toxic
and I think that's almost a requirement
when
for
it's too much
Ubisoft,
negativity.
considering their games very much share systems. That's how they're able to make so many games with such big studios, is the sharing of those systems. And I also don't generally think that stealth games are always seen as especially marketable from big studios. A remake, however, is pretty literal. We'll see what they're going to do, but I'm way more on board with the remake. I do want that. That is super exciting. And what's interesting, if I've learned anything about remakes, this is specifically from talking to Mike Whipple it would be that he believes, as a game director, that if there is a remake announced, then it usually leads to a new game, because it's a very good way to test the waters and test the market, and I think that that is a very good test for stealth games, because Ubisoft who otherwise would not necessarily want to take a risk, and instead choose to take a
Oh shit, man.
So, without further discussion, let's watch the presentation and see what this is going to be. I'm excited.
Splinter Cell is back. Ubisoft Toronto has begun work on a remake of San Andreas. With the series return on the horizon, it's the perfect time to look back at the game that started it all.
It sounds like Yusuf. It's a good friend of mine. He works at Ubisoft.
Splinter Cell launched back in 2002. A time when Ubisoft was best known as the company that made Rayman.
That's wild.
Splinter Cell was not that.
Splinter Cell was so good.
They weren't quite sure how fans would react.
I don't remember it looking like this.
Find out more about the development of that game and the lasting effect it had. We spoke to some of the folks that helped launch the original Splinter Cell, and some are helping to bring it back.
I can't tell if this is original footage or remake footage, but I'm guessing this is original footage?
The first time we really understood that we had a hit in our hands is, I guess, when we were talking to Microsoft. Like, we had that feeling, that gut feeling, but it wasn't validated by anything, and we never had a hit before. Like, not a big one.
Oh, that's
So
wild.
Microsoft came to us, and we looked at it. They knew also something was up, and they were considering it for their big cost. And it was super scary for us to go, how are people going to react? People are not very dark, people are going to present nicely on the screen, and show off colors.
The feedback
That's really cool to hear.
from the team was so incredible, so it just gave us a huge push to get things done and get
It's cool that they got interviews with people who are actually
Probably for
there when you
three of our competitors and you know, for players at large, it probably came out of
What a
nowhere.
game.
It was this whoa, who is Ubisoft? It was a transformation of what Ubisoft could do and how they were regarded.
That was very special because at that time,
in Assassin's Creed, they used to make some wild games.
we were producing games, but we were not in a AAA mindset at that time. And this game became somehow a great inspiration from the team.
With that lead into
From that
being
moment, when Ubisoft did release it,
I love Child of Light and
feedback
Valiant
and
Hearts. I
nice
wish they'd
reviews
make
and
something
popularity as well. This has been an incredible trigger for the whole studio to reach for this level of achievement for other games.
But what exactly was it that drew in audiences at that E3? What did Splinter Cell do that set it apart from the crowd?
I can't remember. I was very young.
It's pretty black and white.
Like Shadow. It's instantly relatable and instantly something that you know how to play with.
People made a picture.
What?
They have never seen such amazing visuals. The whole Shadow and Light was beautiful, and it was in a dimension that they had never played with.
And it had to do with
I
the
wouldn't have
Xbox and the
considered
ability of the Xbox to render
that they were supposed to
these
do that.
dynamic lights with dynamic shadows and dynamic real-time shadows, and
Cool.
and it was really the ambition of the teams early on to push the visual fidelity of the game as far as we could. The way art and level design had to work together to deal with, you know, how dynamic lights would affect the gameplay as well as the visuals was probably one of the biggest challenges of development.
So I feel like I should pause to say, I feel like we are probably not going to get a look at the new game right now, but I am very interested in everything that's in right now, so I'm going to continue to watch this.
Game Camera just really had a brilliant presentation.
Ah, come on, I tried
For
moving.
the actual design itself.
This is too much.
You can only
Too many
imagine
people.
how exciting that would have been for the team.
The first time we saw the fish tanks that you could shoot the fish tanks and the water would lower down with the stream and down to the level of the bullet hole and it would stop. And you could keep shooting it and lowering it. Little tweaks like that, little surprises that people just found the time and the energy to put in to add the polish and the care to the game. That was great.
I wonder if that was like a benefit of... I wonder if that's like an advantage of not seeing a studio AAA, that you can take that extra time to color for a third party studio. Because obviously first parties definitely things that way. But maybe for a third party AAA, maybe that, that pressure, that stuff called the pressure, and you can't get that anymore, I don't know.
At the start, and I just remember thinking to myself, how that was even possible at the time.
Visually, it was amazing. The light effects were remarkable, ahead of anything else that was being done at the time. But it was even beyond that.
The use and exploitation of light and shadow set Splinter Cell apart from its competitors.
I hadn't thought about
It
it.
took more than that to deliver on the development team's promise. A promise they felt so strongly about, they put it right on the box art.
Stealth action redefined was born out of the fact that this was a challenge to the god of tactical espionage action, which was Metal Gear Solid. It was really the mission that Splinter Cell set out for itself. Okay, if we're going to take espionage, if we're going to take stealth action, how are we going to position it in a way that fits the Tom Clancy ground value of the world?
We have ranges, there's still not the frequent. These were obvious for playing the game. But Splinter Cell came from the field. And it wasn't working on. And when we look at it, we look at the sensitivity, we look at the realism and the techno-thriller aspect of it.
So different from Rayman.
Perfectly different from Clancy.
Back then, there was a lot of games that were very kind of heavy on just shoot, kill, be done, and that's how you get through these situations. This cell made you slow down and you can think.
And we're being very slow.
Understand the threats that you had and it layered all of those features together. And it rewarded players for thinking differently, for being a bit more kind of patient with the way that they chose to solve those situations.
Yeah, the idea
makes me want to replay Thief, like the first 3 Thief games.
Who can go into those places that no one's supposed to be able to go to and do what no one's supposed to be able to do. That's an incredibly powerful.
That's a Chromebook with the everything button. So you can find things instantly. From files to apps, even answers online. Who says you can't have everything with the everything button? Switch to finding things instantly. Switch to Chromebook.